What's up, people? This is Outside the Ropes. Thanks for tuning in to another show. I had to do this video on Marquez versus Mayweather that we have coming up. And talk about a couple of other things, but as far as the fight is concerned, it's going to be an exciting fight. You know, this is what we all wanted. We wanted Mayweather to come back and show us some greatness, and prove that he's the pound for pound king, like he's been running around saying. We want him to prove it. So this is what we asked for. He's here. Now it's time to see what he's going to do. Now he's going up against a guy, Juan Manuel Marquez, who has been showing me over the past few fights of his that he is just a straight monster. And it's not just his past few fights. I mean, he's been a monster for a while, but he's been in the shadows of fighters like Eric Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera and those Mexican legends. So, you know, once they left, that's when people really started turning their eye to him a little bit more. So he's been a force to be reckoned with for a while, but now he's it's time for him to prove, you know, that he's the pound for pound. That's what he's going for right now. So let's talk a little bit about him now. He's coming off a big win over Juan Diaz. For those of you who've seen the fight, the first few rounds, it looked like Marquez had no chance. I mean, he was getting hit with everything. Juan Diaz's, speed advantage definitely showed early in the fight. And, I got to admit, when I was watching that fight, I'm like, man, I'm like, Marquez has no chance to win this fight the way it's looking right now. But, he once again, he snapped out of it, and he whooped some ass after that fourth round pass. He just, something, I guess he found his rhythm. Just like he did when he fought Manny Pacquiao the first time. He got knocked down 3 times in the first round. It was looking like he had absolutely no chance in hell. It looked like he didn't even belong in the same ring with Manny Pacquiao. And then the fourth round comes around, and he was like Jason returning. You know what I mean? He just came back and whooped ass. Remember the WWE? Remember the Undertaker? How he would get his ass whooped, and he'll be laying there, and you think he's done, and then when his opponent's leaving the ring, he'll just sit up. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll get up and beat the dude's ass. This is the type of shit Marquez has in real life. He on some real life shit. This is what he does. He gets his ass whooped in those first rounds, and then he finds his rhythm. Then he comes back and just smashes his opponent. So, this is going to be an interesting fight to see. You have Mayweather, whose last win was over Ricky Hatton. He knocked him out, I believe, in the 10th round with that hook where he threw him into the ring post head first, which was a classic knockout. And, he decided to retire after that for whatever reason. My personal opinion, and I don't mean to bash him or anything like that, because I understand, if you've been boxing for a while, is pretty much his whole life he's been in the boxing gym. So if he wanted to just take a little vacation away and just take some time off because he's been doing it for so long. I mean, he had been world champion for 10 years. He was boxing for 11 years, something like that. So, I give him that, but that's not what he said. He didn't say he was going to take a break. He said that he was retiring for the sport of boxing because he no longer had any love for the sport. That's what he said. And if he was using that excuse, to me, it seemed like he was ducking those welterweights that were there, which was Miguel Cotto and you know their names. You know the long list of people that I felt that he ducked. But now he's back. He's got a man in front of him. I'm gonna see what he can do with him. I believe, as far as prediction goes, I believe that Mayweather has enough skill and enough speed advantage to be able to pull out the victory over Marquez. Now, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to look like a mismatch or anything like that. I think Marquez is going to give him the fight of his life. It might be the best fight that he's had up to date. But it's going to be very interesting to see. But I'm going to go with Mayweather on it. I'm going to give him a decision. I don't think he's going to knock him out, which he needs to. If he wants to prove something, he needs to knock Marquez out, which I doubt he's going to do. But if I'm Mayweather, that's what I want to do, especially after Manny Pacquiao destroyed the last 2 opponents that he was in there with in a shorter amount of time. So that's going to be interesting to see. But another thing that I'm finding out is that Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather, they can't seem to make no deal for their fight, because somebody, one of them wants a 60-40 split, and then, all this negotiation and all this Hollywood shit comes into play, all this politics and boxing, all that shit comes into play, and it might fuck up the match. But I'm just here to say, personally, as a boxing fan, that'll be the single most dumbest thing to ever happen, to let this fight not happen because of some money issues or anything like that. They both need to just suck it up, take a 50-50 split, and give us a show that we all want to see, because they're going to make enough money. With the 50-50 split, they're going to make a shitload of money regardless. So one man wanting to be better than the other guy and all that shit needs to stop. Even though I would say, since Floyd Mayweather did retire, he didn't take a break, he retired, I think that Manny Pacquiao should get a little bit more money, because he's fighting, he's still fighting. He never left. So, Floyd Mayweather's coming back talking about he's still the pound for pound king and all that, but you left that behind. So don't be jealous of Manny Pacquiao because he took over your shit when you decided to leave it. You know what I mean? And another little bit of news is that I'm hearing that Manny Pacquiao may not wait for Mayweather. He may go ahead and fight Shane Mosley, which in my opinion is fucking ridiculous, especially at the fucking weight that they're trying to have this fight take place at, which is 143 pounds. That's ridiculous. I do not want to see Shane Mosley at 143 pounds. He can't make 147 pounds. I don't want to see this classic mistake that we've seen happen to boxers before, where they drain themselves and then they get in there and then they get knocked out. I don't want to see that shit, man. In my opinion, I'd rather see Pacquiao, if he doesn't want to wait for Mayweather because Mayweather and him can't make a deal, I would rather see him fight the winner of the Clottey Cotto fight that we have coming up. I think that'll be a better matchup for Manny Pacquiao, because Shane Mosley is the champion right now at 147. I don't think that he should have to drain himself to come down and meet Manny Pacquiao. I think if Manny Pacquiao won Shane Mosley, he should come up in weight. That's just the way it goes. He's the champion. You know what I mean? He's an old man. He can't afford to drain his body and go in there and get embarrassed by Manny Pacquiao, which I think could happen. Now, at 147 pounds, I don't think Manny Pacquiao could beat Shane Mosley, in my opinion, at 147 pounds. But at 143, come on, you're going to have a totally different Shane Mosley. I don't want to see that shit. So that's my thoughts on all that shit. I'm going to get some more videos out soon. I've just been busy. I've been trying to move to a bigger spot that should be coming next weekend. So once I get settled in, I'm going to be making these videos once or twice a week. All right? Till the next time, I'll holla.